Yo, what is going on, guys? Back again with another video, and for the longest time, I've had my reservations about open ear and air conduction type headphones. There's a lot of things I don't like about them. There's a lot of things that, for me personally, I just don't see working out in the long run in terms of just the type of market that they're going for in general. But without further ado, before I even get into all the things I do not like about open ear headphones, today's video I'm going to be taking a look at the SoundPeats Runfree Lite 2. Now, again, these are open ear headphones, and I have my reservations. But before I get to all those, just make sure you follow just so you can stay tuned for more videos like this and other tech reviews in the future. So, starting off, of course, main thing, baseline. This is a pair of open ear air conduction type headphones. There's a lot of good about air conduction type headphones, don't get me wrong. But before I get into my reservations, so one of the positives about air conduction type headphones is they're very light and very comfortable. So these in particular are only going to be about 25 grams. Now, think about using them the entire day or however long you want to use headphones, right? The lighter they are, the much better and comfortable they are, just to give you less strain and just be comfortable and easy you use throughout the day. And these also are very flexible, right? So regardless of what you may have around your neck or your head in the spring or winter, if you have a scarf, these are going to be able to conform and fit tightly around your head. So you don't have to really worry about how to put these on or even just having them stay on your ears, because with air conditioner type headphones, I've noticed that there really is never an issue in just making sure they stay on comfortably and staying on as a snug fit. And moving on, even beyond that, the battery life is also great, right? So with these, the battery life is 15 hours. Now, they don't list it as fast charging on the website, but with charging, it gets up to 2 hours. And if you look at the trade-off there, 15 hours for single playtime to 2 hours charging is pretty fast. And that's basically a 2-to-1 ratio. Now, 15 hours, you have to take that number with a grain of salt, or depending on really how much you use headphones in general. How heavy do you go? How much of the volume do you have to a max? And really, how efficient are you with the battery life? Because honestly, if you're someone who's very prudent with it, who doesn't spam music, who really doesn't use headphones all the time for calls and everything that you have to do, and you can last this not only just for the 15 hours that it's supposed to, but you can even last it till the next day, as I did during my testing, and beyond that. But if you go heavy on the usage, you pretty much have them connected all the time, have them in whatever scenario you're doing, yeah, then the battery life, give or take a couple of hours, is going to be dwindled down to maybe, let's say, 12, 11, or even 10 hours instead of the assumed 15 hours that you get if you use it just normally. So another thing about these headphones, it kind of surprised me. The bass is actually pretty good, right? And for air conduction type headphones, I've always mentioned this. The bass is always something that's lacking, not for all of them, but for a lot of them, because they really don't go through your ears, right? They convey audio through sound waves that go all the way through your ear canals. They're not like ear tips and in-ear type headphones designs. So the audio doesn't sound as rich as it would if you're using those type of headphones. Nonetheless, that's not to say the audio isn't good. The audio of these headphones found it to be very accurate, very good, and even the bass kind of blew me away for air conduction type headphones, not just headphones in general. Because at the end of the day, I don't think the audio quality and the bass on these headphones is ever going to reach those of like in-ear type headphones. There's Bluetooth 5.3 as well, which is something I always recommend. You want to keep with the latest Bluetooth. It's more efficient for your battery life. And on top of that, it's just the latest Bluetooth. So if you have any qualms with the audio, anything, you at least know you're getting the most out of the headphones. And you can't blame it to say, oh, maybe the connection isn't really that good. As long as you have the best connection in Bluetooth 5.3, then it's going to do you good when just reveling at the type of audio quality you have, if it's satisfactory or if it's not. And one of my favorite features, honestly, is dual pair connectability. Now, this just basically allows you to connect to two devices at once. Say if you want to connect your computer or your phone or any two devices that you have, then you are able to connect without having to disconnect and pair with a different device each and every time you want to connect the device. So you'll be able to at least keep two devices on there that you can just use at the same time, and it's going to switch between the dominant audio that you're using and mute the other, and then vice versa, depending on which device you're using. For me, I personally like it because it saves, even if it's just a couple of seconds, just a little bit of time, it just feels more efficient and feels smoother to use than having to disconnect, going to pair on a different device, and then connecting that way. Now, bottom line, when it comes to using air conduction type headphones, the thing for me I don't like, number one, is always going to be sound bleeding. The sound bleeding on air conduction type headphones, due to the fact that they don't go in your ear canals, is a little crazy. Like the audio, sometimes you can't even play it above medium because everyone around you will be able to hear what you're listening to or what you're playing. And it can sound obnoxious depending on which environment you're in. If you're at home and alone, then that's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be bothering anybody else. If you're in an elevator, if you're on campus, if you're in a study room, these headphones are not designed for that. They're not going to keep the audio quality at a safe level where it's not disturbing and disrupting the people around you. And then even if you do use it at a low volume, then that just makes it uncomfortable for you because whatever you'll be listening to will be barely audible. And I've tested it. The audio just doesn't sound as audible when it's really low because since these don't go in your ear canal, everything else in the environment will be audible. So, say if you have someone shuffling in the corner or you have someone talking to a friend nearby and you're using the audio at a low volume because you don't want to disturb the people around you, then it's just going to all mash in together where you can hardly hear what you want to. But then when you increase the volume just a little more, if you want to get to like the mediums and to the highs, then it starts to sound really loud for everybody else around you. And it just doesn't feel like it's a well balanced pair of headphones. And not this one in general, but all the air conduction type headphones that I've reviewed, it's the same issue. The sound bleeding is the one thing that always turns me off about them. And it's the one thing that always makes me just either go to overhead headphones or try different pair of headphones because I just don't see the vision. Like I get it if you're someone who wants to go on a hike, if you want to go biking, if you want to go do sports activities, sure, then that's fine because then you're not disturbing anyone. You're alone. But in an environment where you want to use headphones to study or to just keep to yourself, then these headphones really aren't it. They're not going to be the best for that because the audio easily leaks out. The arguments I hear from people is, it's safer for your ear canals, which is good. So if you want to do it for a safety reason, I'm not going to argue with that. Then you can, by all means, you can go ahead and do that. But in terms of judging how the audio quality is compared to other type headphones, then it's not even close. Other type headphones are way better. Not to say these aren't good or as great, but the audio just doesn't compete due to the fact that air conduction just isn't at the level yet where they could do it in a way where the audio just sounds as good without being in your ear canal. And if you want to, you could use the app as well for this. Now it's going to have a whole host of things that you can do. You can control the volume. It'll have firmware updates for you, and you can also control the equalizer in ways that you want to play with the audio. My issue for me is the audio when it comes to air conditioning type headphones. So you can adjust it to how you want. There's the game mode and then there's the adaptive mode. And for the game mode, it's about, I believe, 40 milliseconds if you do want to use it for that. But yeah, if you want to go up and beyond, to be able to really adjust the headphones quality and audio quality to the way that you want, then you can go ahead and use the app as well. But at the end of the day, my opinion, as it comes to air conduction type headphones, they're good. I just don't see the end game yet, where it's like, okay, this is something really that's going to make it different and shock people in the market. As of yet, like they kind of seem like a gimmick in a way. There's a certain market of people that really do prefer these for outdoor hiking and outdoor activities, and that's good for them. But looking at them as headphones in general, are they recommendable to anybody? I'd recommend like overhead or in ear types because the audio is better. Although it's uncomfortable for ear canals, depending on how long you use it in the day, the quality I've noticed just tends to be better. But that's just an opinion I have, and at the moment, I'm just waiting for it to get stretched. Honestly, like I'm not really against air conduction type headphones. I'm just waiting to try a pair that going to make me change my mind in having sound quality that's great and making sure the audio bleeding is something they gotta work on. Cause nah, that like for me, these and air conditioner type headphones, they ain't it in general. But then again, let me know what you think. It's just my opinion. If you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe just so you can stay tuned for more videos like this. I'm JEDIJA. I'm out.